So just continuation here. So here that we've actually we call the port, which is this, and then switch port mode access. Then from there, that is when you can run this command switch port, then access, then VLAN, the VLAN where you want that port, which is VLAN 10. So this port 1, now it has been moved to VLAN 1. You see this? So it's no longer under VLAN 1. This time it is in VLAN 20. So here what we are doing is just to redistribute. We are trying to distribute the ports from them to these other VLANs that we have created. Okay, so you can actually move all these VLANs to somewhere. You can do it. How? I'll just still use the same method, configure terminal. So I'll use, this time I'm going to use the range interface, then range. I want all these ports moved. Interface range from port, I'll use from port 2 /2 up to 24. You see that? Saying this. Interface range from this port up to the other port. So the command here it is, you can actually have it's like this: interface, then range, then first 0 /2, sorry, /2 up to 24. And then these other steps, they are the same. What we did: switch port mode access, switch port mode access VLAN, maybe 20. They're the same. So this is the command, and you can use switch port mode, then access, then switch port mode, then access VLAN. This time 120. 20. So these are the commands that we have there. So it's what I'm going to type here. Then I'll say switch port mode access, then switch port then access, then VLAN 20. So if I go back, it's switch show VLAN brief. I want you to look at this. That now under VLAN 1 we are left with gigabit Ethernet 01 and then 02. Then in VLAN 1 we have the fast Ethernet 1. Then the rest of the ports, they are under VLAN 20. So those are the steps that you need. Now if you want to pick some from this to VLAN 10, still you use the same syntax. The difference is that you can actually use whatever that we have here. Whatever that you have here, it's for range. If you want to put the range of the range. So this one here is for the range. I want to move this. So this is for the range. But now if you want to, if you don't want to use the range, all you need is just to remove this. I think that, so it's interface first, and actually even this. Okay. So the range, you need to interface, then range, you put the first and then the last. If you want to put one at a time, one at a time, then you can put one. Actually, there is another method. There is another method whereby, let me use it here, configure terminal. You can use interface, then range. It's a range, but you can skip and put first Ethernet 0, 5, maybe 5, put a mark. Anyway, from 5 then to 10, then comma, first Ethernet maybe 15, /15, comma, F017 /17, maybe to 20. Okay, like that, something like, I hope you're not seeing it, or you're seeing the exact steps that I'm taking. So it's interface range. You have the range somewhere, then somewhere you have just a single, and then you, where have I gone? Interface this. Okay. Interface range. Oh. Because of this, you're not following, because if I'm just typing wrong things and you're just there watching, it means that you're, it means that you guys, you're just watching, you're not picking anything. So I'm supposed to put that. See, now it has accepted. What was missing, it's this. I've not separated the port position. So here it is, as you can see, this is a range from 5 to 10, then skip to have 15, then still have 17, then to 20. The other steps are the same, switch port, mode. But remember, these other ports, I've already moved them to, I've already changed the mode to access, isn't it? I moved, when I was moving them to VLAN 20, I changed the mode. So here, even if I don't add it, okay? But anyway, let me just go with that. Switch port mode, then access, and then switch port mode access, then VLAN 1, sorry, VLAN 10, like this. So if I go back, show VLAN, then brief. You see now? So because of time, I'm not going to configure the other switch from scratch. What I'm going to do is just to replicate this. Duplicating this, it's very easy. How? You just press and hold. You press and hold Control, and then you drag. Before you do it, first point at the device you want. It's this, and then press and hold. Okay? that you press Ctrl and hold and then drag. But please don't do this. Since you guys you have enough time, you can design exactly what you have, what you've done this side, then this side. But still, you can try to. Right now, what I'm going to do, just to expand the, to extend the VLANs, okay? Extend VLANs, because here I have VLAN 10, VLAN 20. So still this side it's VLAN 10 and VLAN 20. So you cannot create VLAN 30, 40 this side and then you're like, oh, I'm expanding or extending my network. No, you're not, because you have other VLANs. Extending the VLAN, it means that you're extending exact one. If it's VLAN 10 here, it's what you're extending the other side. You know, you guys, extensions, you need to extend power here from this socket to somewhere else. So if you extend this socket to the other side, you should get exactly, you should get the exact, the same what you're extending from this side, not you to have something different. So we have this. Yes, please.
So many VLANs can have one switch.
And it's what we are doing. How many VLANs? We have 2 so far on one switch. It's possible you can have 10, 20. No. If you have 20, maybe 30 on one VLAN, and each switch it has 24 ports. I don't know, but it's possible you can have them, others without VLANs. Note that all the VLANs you have on the switch, they have to be assigned ports. Okay, you can have a VLAN on a switch, but without the ports. You have a group. Anytime you want, you can go and put ports there. So here I'm going to use the cable. Let me use crossover. Connect these two. I've just picked the cable randomly. Okay, this. I've picked the cable randomly, and it's going to comprehend. It's going to comprehend. Why? Because this side it's in this VLAN and then the other side it's in the other VLAN. I expect it to, the connection to comprehend somewhere. But I'm not going to wait for it. Because here, this cable here, spot 12 and then 13. So 12 here, 12, where is it? It's under VLAN 20. Then 13, oh, it's not going to comprehend, because what I was expecting, I thought that 12 and 13 were in different VLAN, but they're in the same VLAN. So that's the reason why they have not comprehended. So here it is 12, this side, and then 13, this side. But when you look at it, that this link, it is there to serve VLAN 20, okay? It's there to serve VLAN 20. So I'm going to trunk this. I'm going to trunk this, go to configure terminal, and then call interface first 012, and then 12, then switch port mod trunk. So it's on this because we talked about trunk, trunk, yeah, then native, and then allowed VLANs, allowed VLANs. So it's on this, or it's in this mode here where you can specify all the 3. So right now we've trunked. You see what we have now? That native VLAN mismatch. We have trunked. This side. This side we have trunked, and again the native VLAN. This side, it's VLAN 1, okay? The native VLAN this side, it's VLAN 1, but the other side, the native VLAN, it's not yet specified, because it is in the port that is not trunked. So it's complaining there is a mismatch of native. Mismatch native, the statement, it's there. Now this side we have a VLAN, as you can see, it's a VLAN 20, but when it comes to the other side, this side it's 20, but the native VLAN it's 1. Yes, this side, the other side we haven't configured it. So if you configure the other side, the native mismatch, it's going to disappear. Another thing that I wanted to show you, if you want to switch port, then trunk, switch port trunk, we can allow VLANs, allow the VLANs. So here by default, all the 3 VLANs, they're allowed 1, 10, and then 20. So here I can allow maybe 10 and then 20. Or what do I have? Suppose to be 10 and then 20. 10 then 20. Trunk allowed this 20. Supposed to have VLAN, yes. Question mark. Oh, this one here, it is allowing only 1. Allowing, yeah, man. So we're going to leave the all because let's leave all. So, but that is why you can allow the VLANs and then the rest you leave them. So if you list the allowed VLAN, the ones that are not listed, they won't be allowed on that trunk link. Then another one is native. So you can say switch port trunk and then native. Which native are you going to specify? Native. See that? So you can specify the native VLAN from there. Is it 20? Is it 10? Oh, right. So all I wanted just to trunk that port, and I've trunked it. So it is trunked. Now I'm going to do it on this other switch. Go through this. So as you can see, it is complaining. Then enable, configure terminal, and then interface VLAN. Sorry, not interface VLAN, but first 0/13, 13, like this. So with 13, then switch port mode trunk. That is all I want. So the other message that was actually popping up, it's going to stop. So I'm going to check my configurations and see where the 13, port 13, where is it listed? Show VLAN, then brief. Let's look for 13 here. I think any port 13 on those lists. Port 13. It has to disappear because we have trunked it. It's not there. But in case, let's say we need it, all we need is just to run the command show trunk, show trunk. Show interfaces, then trunk. Show interfaces trunk. So our port 13 is here. So the mode, as you can see, mode it's on, encapsulation it is here, trunking, status it's trunking. Then the VLAN is allowed, it's from 1 up to 1005. allowed, and they are active, the active ones. See? They are these ones. See? 1, 10, 20. VLANs in spanning tree forwarding, the VLANs in spanning, we are going to cover the spanning tree, so it's still the same as the active. So it's still the same. If you go the other side, we won't be able to see port 12. So let's do it since it's practical. Port 12, here it has stopped. Then switch port, show VLAN brief. So look for port 12 here and see whether you'll be able to see it. It can come as an exam, as a question. Johnny configured this VLANs and blah blah extended to this trunked the port, or this link between the two switches with trunk. But John is trying to verify. He's not able to see the port that he configured as a trunk, or the configured in trunk port. What could be the reason? What could be the reason? Or the two, you have two links, the two switches, and maybe port 12 on switch 1 and port 12 on switch 2 is used to interconnect to the two. But John tried to verify that port is not seen in the configurations. What could be the reason? Okay.